Have you ever wondered what would happen if humanity, against all odds, stood up to face an unstoppable alien force? Why do some civilizations fall, while others rise to challenge the impossible? In the face of overwhelming darkness, could the strength of human spirit truly change the course of history? Welcome to HFY Sci-Fi Love and War Story, where we dive into a tale of survival, defiance, and the incredible resilience of humanity. In this video, we'll uncover how an ordinary planet, Earth, found the strength to fight back against an alien invasion that seemed destined to crush it. But what happened next? Did humanity manage to overcome the odds, or did the invaders wipe them out? Let's find out together. This video is packed with deep details, mind-blowing twists, and a powerful journey that'll leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about strength and survival. So, if you want to know how humanity turned the tide of this epic battle, stick around until the end. You won't want to miss what's coming next. But before we jump into the story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and drop a comment below to share your thoughts or ideas. Your support helps us grow and create even more high-quality content for you. Remember, this video is filled with tons of crucial information, so make sure you watch all the way through to catch every moment of this thrilling story. Let's get started. The screen flickers and shifts to Earth, the camera panning across the once vibrant cities now engulfed in chaos. The air is thick with smoke and ash, the ground trembles under the weight of alien ships descending from the heavens. The sheer scale of the invasion is overwhelming. Above, colossal ships, each one a dark monolith against the sky, blot out the light from the sun. Their hulls, gleaming with an unnatural sheen, reflect the dying light of a world on the edge. Each ship moves with terrifying precision, descending as if part of some ancient and inevitable ritual. Their movements seem almost deliberate, an unspoken message sent to all who gaze upon them. A low rumble fills the air as the ships lower, their immense shapes cutting through the clouds with terrifying ease. Suddenly, the stillness is shattered by an eruption of fiery energy as their weapons fire upon Earth. The first blast from the invaders' weaponry tears through the sky like a lightning bolt, crashing into a towering skyscraper. In a split second, the building disintegrates, a massive fireball billowing out in a terrifying explosion. Windows shatter, cars are tossed aside like toys, and dust fills the air. A military base nearby is the next target, its walls crumbling like sand castles before the unstoppable force. Tanks and armored vehicles, once symbols of human strength, are crushed beneath the alien weapons with ease. Soldiers scramble in vain, firing their rifles into the sky, but their efforts are futile. The camera zooms in on a group of human soldiers taking cover. Their faces are filled with fear, their movements frantic as they try to regroup. The ground shakes as more ships land, sending tremors through the city. One soldier, barely old enough to have seen true combat, looks up at the sky, his eyes wide with terror. He grips his weapon, but his hands tremble. The realization settles in, they are completely outmatched. Their weapons, once the pinnacle of human innovation, are no match for the alien forces. The sky above is filled with streaks of laser fire as the invaders' ships continue their relentless assault, and the ground below buckles under the weight of the conflict. As buildings collapse and the earth quakes beneath their feet, the soldiers can only watch helplessly as their world is torn apart. The vast, silent sky holds no comfort for them, no answer. Humanity's greatest defense is utterly powerless against the onslaught. The invasion has begun, and there seems to be no hope. In the aftermath of the destruction, the camera cuts to a small, crumbling command center. Inside, the walls are scarred by the heat of the battle, and the air is thick with dust and the stench of burning debris. A lone human commander, her face streaked with dirt and ash, stands at the communications panel. She presses a button, sending a signal out into the void. Her hand shakes slightly, not from fear, but from the weight of the decision. The people she commands are scattered and broken, their world in ruins. She knows this message may be their last hope. The signal flickers and flashes, traveling outward, piercing the vast emptiness of space. The hum of the communicator fills the room as she stands, staring into the swirling chaos outside the window, a faint glimmer of hope in her eyes. The message that follows is simple, yet carries the weight of an entire planet's desperation. Please, someone, anyone, help us. The camera zooms in on the message flashing across the screen, its signal rippling outward through the vast, cold emptiness of space. The message drifts into the unknown, a tiny beacon of light in the endless darkness. There is a long silence. The screen flickers, and the camera shifts to the farthest reaches of space, where the message travels farther than any human has ever ventured. The galaxy, vast and silent, watches as this faint cry for help cuts through the void. But it is met with cold indifference. The camera shows the leaders of powerful galactic empires in their grand, opulent chambers. One alien leader sneers, dismissing the message with a wave of his hand. They laugh at the human plea, dismissing it as a futile cry from a dying race. Their empire is strong, their weapons unrivaled, their technology unmatched. To them, Earth is nothing more than a speck in the grand scheme of the universe, a primitive, insignificant world. The camera cuts back to Earth, showing the devastation wrought by the invaders. The human commander stands, her shoulders slumped in defeat. Her eyes, once filled with hope, are now dark with the weight of despair. The galaxy's mighty empires, still reeling from their own losses, turn their backs on Earth. Their disdain for humanity is evident in their cold indifference. To them, this small, fragile planet has no place in the great cosmic order. It is nothing more than a brief moment in the vast expanse of space, insignificant and unworthy of their intervention. The screen shifts to show the wreckage of a major city, its skyline reduced to rubble. Alien ships continue their assault, firing relentlessly upon the remaining pockets of humanity. The human military, though determined, is quickly overwhelmed. The last hope, a simple cry for help, fades into the vast emptiness of space. No answer. No salvation. The galaxy has turned its back on Earth. The screen fades to black. In the vast emptiness of space, a faint pulse of light flickers across the communication screen. It is weak, struggling against the void, but it is unmistakable an answer. The signal crackles, distant yet clear, like a whisper in the dark. For a moment, all is silent. The stars hang cold and distant in the sky, indifferent to the desperate plight of humanity. But then, amidst the unrelenting destruction, a glimmer of something unexpected emerges. A signal. It shudders, struggling to break through the chaos, but it reaches Earth. The camera zooms in on the communication device in the command center. The faint transmission blinks steadily as the static clears, revealing a message. It is not from the galactic empires. It is not from the powerful, ancient civilizations that have long ruled the stars. No. This message, this strange transmission, comes from somewhere else, somewhere forgotten. The screen cuts to dark, sleek ships gliding through Earth's atmosphere, their shapes sharp and mysterious, casting an eerie glow as they pass through the clouds. The human forces look up, eyes wide, unsure of what to expect. Are these the enemy? Or an unexpected ally? The ships descend silently, their metallic surfaces gleaming like polished obsidian. No roar of engines, no blinding light. They appear as if summoned by some ancient force, their presence so sudden and unexpected that the air itself seems to freeze in disbelief. The ships are unlike anything humanity has ever encountered, sleek, elegant, yet formidable. They hover above the cities, casting long shadows over the wreckage of the world below. This is not an army of empires, not the great galactic powers humanity once looked to. This is something different. Something older. Something that has watched from the shadows, waiting for the right moment. The ships remain eerily still for a moment, and then a voice echoes through the communication systems, cutting through the silence like a blade. Silfar voice, calm, distant. We will help, but you must be ready. The voice, though tranquil, carries a weight of unspoken power. It is clear that these beings are not offering an easy path. There is no promise of victory without cost. The humans, in their fragile state, must decide whether they can trust these unknown entities. This mysterious group, the Silfar, a race long hidden in the folds of galactic history, has now emerged from the shadows. They have no ties to the established powers of the galaxy. No alliances. They have never intervened in the conflicts of the stars before. Yet, when all seemed lost, when the universe had turned its back on humanity, they chose to act. The camera shows the human military, still in disarray, watching the ships in awe and fear. What could these beings want? Could they truly be trusted? The humans have no choice. Their backs are against the wall, their world in ruins. The message from the Silfar is their last hope. With no better options, they place their trust in these enigmatic beings. The unknown is now their only chance for survival. The screen shifts to a military base, where human forces, now equipped with the advanced technology provided by the Silfar, prepare for the first real counterattack. Alien ships still linger in the sky, their ominous presence casting a shadow over the land. The first wave of battle erupts. The ground trembles as massive ships descend, their weapons flashing in the sky. Humanity, with its new, alien-enhanced weapons, is no longer as helpless. The Silfar ships join the fray, their sleek forms cutting through the skies like shadows of death. They fire with precision, their beams of energy slicing through the invaders' fleets. The camera shows the battle unfold in slow motion, laser blasts streaking through the sky, human forces taking cover, and Silfar ships unleashing devastating firepower. The invaders, once confident in their superiority, begin to falter. Their massive fleets, once a symbol of invincibility, now appear vulnerable. The Silfar's advanced technology is too much for the invaders to handle. The sky, once filled with the bright, unrelenting fire of the alien weapons, now flickers with the light of human and Silfar firepower. The screen zooms in on the human soldiers on the ground, their faces determined, the weight of the battle in their eyes. They fight alongside their mysterious allies, their weapons enhanced, their resolve stronger than ever. The humans, once fighting a losing battle, now find themselves with a renewed strength. But the victory is not without its price. The battle is intense, brutal. For every inch gained, there are losses. And though the invaders have been pushed back, they are not yet defeated. The humans, once considered insignificant, have found allies in the most unexpected of places. But the fight is far from over. The invaders are regrouping, and the battle for Earth is just beginning. The Silfar, enigmatic and powerful, have tipped the balance in humanity's favor, but at what cost? And will this newfound alliance be enough to turn the tide of war? The camera cuts to the darkened skies above, filled with alien ships once more. The battle continues, the stakes higher than ever. The fate of Earth hangs in the balance. The battle rages on, but one thing is certain, humanity has discovered something it never knew it had: the will to fight back. And with the Silfar by their side, they will show the invaders that Earth is not so easily conquered. The universe may have underestimated humanity, but now, it will see the true strength of the human spirit. The battlefield is a landscape of devastation. The ground is cracked and burned, with scattered debris and remnants of destroyed alien ships strewn across the land. Amidst the chaos, human soldiers, their faces streaked with sweat and soot, move with a fierce determination. The camera follows Captain Alina Myers, leading her squad through the ruins of a once bustling city now reduced to ash and rubble. Her boots crunch against the broken concrete, and her gaze remains fixed ahead, focused, unyielding. The air is thick with tension. There is no hesitation in their movements. Each step is calculated, driven by a singular purpose: to fight back, to survive. The soldiers are not just defending their home, they are fighting for something much larger. For a future, for their children, for the belief that they can turn the tide of this war. Each rifle shot echoes in the silence, a reminder that humanity is not ready to go down without a fight. The camera cuts to Alina and her team as they stealthily infiltrate an alien supply depot. The dark silhouettes of alien soldiers patrol the area, unaware of the humans' presence. Alina signals to her team, and they move swiftly, using advanced Silfar technology, cloaking devices and silent weapons to disable the alien guards. Their movements are precise, almost graceful. With a quiet, calculated efficiency, they sabotage the alien supply lines, taking what they can: alien weapons, technology, and data. Every piece of technology they capture is a victory, a small but significant step toward reclaiming their planet. But it's not just the technology that gives them strength, it's their adaptability. Humanity, though outmatched, has learned from every defeat. They've grown stronger, more resourceful. They've taken what they can from the Silfar's gifts and twisted them into tools of survival. A shot of Captain Alina, standing in front of a glowing alien device, her eyes determined. The hum of alien machinery fills the air as she activates the device to transmit critical data to the human command center. Humanity's greatest strength was not in their weapons, but in their spirit. They adapted. They fought not just for survival, but for the future. The fire of resilience burned within them, pushing them forward even when the odds seemed insurmountable. It was this undying determination that caught the attention of the Silfar, whose wisdom and technology would soon be shared with those who proved themselves worthy. The camera zooms out, revealing the shadow of a massive ship descending from the sky, an awe-inspiring sight. The Vyrex, a colossal, ancient ship, emerges from the clouds, its shape sleek and imposing, a symbol of the Silfar's power and trust in humanity. It lands with a soft thud, its engines humming softly, casting a soft blue glow over the battlefield. The Vyrex is unlike anything humanity has ever seen. It is a ship that seems to bend space itself, its design so advanced that it appears to exist outside the laws of physics. Massive yet elegant, it hovers silently above the chaos, a sentinel in the dark sky. The human soldiers look up in awe, and for the first time in days, they feel a spark of hope. The Vyrex fires, its weapons flashing with devastating power. Alien ships in the sky are torn apart in an instant, their shields unable to withstand the precision strikes of the Silfar technology. The Vyrex, with its unmatched power, brought the tide of battle in Earth's favor. It was a turning point, but the victory came at a cost. The invaders, though shaken, were not defeated. They regrouped, their resolve strengthened. This was not the end, but the beginning of a much larger struggle. The camera zooms in on the battlefield. The Vyrex continues to wreak havoc on the alien fleet, its energy beams slicing through the sky, disintegrating ships with terrifying ease. The invaders, though momentarily disoriented, begin to regroup. Their massive ships rise again, ready to strike back with a renewed fury. The ground shakes with the force of their retaliation. The alien fleet, now more determined than ever, descends again. Their weapons fire relentlessly, but the Vyrex counters with precision. It is not just power, it is control. Each blast from the Vyrex rips through the alien ranks, but for every ship that falls, another takes its place. The invaders are not giving up. Cut to Captain Alina and her team, standing together, looking over a map of the alien forces. They are preparing for their next mission, a high-stakes operation to infiltrate the enemy's heart. With every victory, the invaders grew more relentless, more determined. But the humans, having tasted success for the first time, were emboldened. Their victory was not just on the battlefield, it was in their spirit, their ability to adapt, to fight on against the odds. Captain Alina and her team have one final mission. Their objective is clear: destroy the alien communications network. They must cripple the invaders' ability to coordinate, to strike with such devastating efficiency. The task is simple in concept: disrupt, disable, and escape. The camera cuts to Alina's face as she surveys the mission details. Her eyes narrow, her jaw set with determination. She knows the stakes. She knows the risks. She turns to her team, and there is no need for words. They understand. The mission is dangerous, and it could be a one-way ticket. But they are ready. Their backs are against the wall. The entire planet's survival rests on this operation. The camera shows Alina's team as they suit up, donning the advanced gear provided by the Silfar, their faces calm but focused. The hum of the Vyrex's engines fills the air as the team boards their transport. The silence of their preparation speaks volumes. This is no ordinary mission. This is humanity's last stand. The Vyrex has given humanity a fighting chance, but the war is far from over. The humans are outnumbered, outgunned, but they are not out of hope. The battle for Earth continues, and Captain Alina Myers and her team are at the forefront. The invaders may have the upper hand, but the spirit of humanity cannot be extinguished. Not yet. Not ever. The camera cuts to the shadowy interior of an alien facility, dimly lit by strange, pulsating lights. The walls hum with an eerie, almost sentient vibration, and the air is thick with a mechanical smell, reminiscent of oil and ozone. Captain Alina Myers leads her team, cloaked in Silfar technology, moving silently through the narrow corridors. Their footsteps barely make a sound, but their hearts beat loudly in their chests. Their mission is simple: disrupt, disable, escape. They know the stakes, they know the cost. The base is labyrinthine, its structure alien and intimidating. Strange symbols line the walls, pulsing with a light that seems to change in rhythm with the team's movements. Alien drones occasionally patrol the halls, their eyes scanning the darkness, but they pass without noticing the humans who glide past, like shadows in the night. The team is methodical, planting explosives at key points in the base, the quiet clicks of their devices the only sound that punctuates the otherwise deathly silence. The camera zooms in on Alina as she plants the final charge. Her eyes, focused and unblinking, reflect the cold, calculating determination of a leader who knows this might be their last mission. In the distance, the faint hum of an engine grows louder, vibrating the ground beneath their feet. Alina's heart skips a beat. They've been spotted. The once quiet base begins to stir with activity. Alarms sound, red lights flashing as alien soldiers flood the halls. It is a trap. Suddenly, the ground shakes as a massive warship enters the atmosphere. The camera cuts to the alien flagship as it emerges from the clouds, its size beyond anything the humans have ever seen. The ship is massive, like a floating fortress, with enormous weapons platforms lining its sides. Its surface is dark, gleaming in the dull light of the planet, and it descends slowly, with the gravity of an ancient judgment day. The humans, still inside the base, freeze for a moment. The scale of the threat is overwhelming. There is no way out now. The flagship's massive silhouette looms above them, casting a long shadow across the ground as it positions itself directly above the facility. The alien fleet begins to regroup, its vessels circling like vultures. The aliens were not done. A flagship, far larger than anything encountered before, arrived and blocked their escape. The mission was nearly complete, but the threat of the alien flagship loomed large. The camera shows the soldiers running through the hallways of the base, their footsteps frantic as they make their way toward the escape route. They reach the final doorway, the explosive countdown ticking in the background. As they step out into the open, a deafening explosion rocks the facility, sending shockwaves through the base. The walls crumble, and the ground trembles beneath them. The explosion is massive, lighting up the sky like a second sun. The base shakes, and the sound of the blast echoes across the landscape. As dust and debris fill the air, the humans scramble toward their extraction point, but the alien flagship is already descending rapidly, its weapons powered up and aimed at them. The team reaches the extraction point just as the alien flagship fires. The beams of energy streak across the sky, crashing into the ground just behind them, sending shockwaves that throw them off balance. But they make it just barely. Their ship takes off into the night sky, leaving the base and the destroyed command center behind. The mission has been accomplished. The command center was destroyed, sending shockwaves through the enemy's forces. Humanity had struck a blow to the invader's heart. The camera cuts to the battlefield, the sky filled with fire as the alien fleet retreats in disarray. The Vyrex, now fully engaged, fires powerful energy beams, cutting through the alien ships with deadly precision. The camera zooms in on the Vyrex's sleek, dark hull, its engines glowing with energy. The mighty ship moves gracefully through the chaos, unstoppable in its power. The human forces, emboldened by their earlier victory, push forward with newfound strength. Their weapons, now enhanced by the Silfar's technology, strike with deadly force. The ground quakes as explosions rock the alien lines. Human soldiers fight with ferocity, their movements synchronized with the power of the Silfar ships that circle above, providing cover and launching strikes of their own. The camera shows Captain Alina Myers, her face set in stone, leading her team as they charge forward. Her rifle is aimed steady, her eyes scanning for targets. There is no hesitation in her movements. She is not just fighting for survival now. She is fighting for the future. The alien forces, once invincible, now falter. The invaders' ships begin to scatter, their formations breaking as the pressure from humanity's resistance becomes too great. Alien drones and soldiers are torn apart by human firepower, while the Vyrex rains down destruction from above. The battlefield is a storm of chaos, but the humans are no longer running. They are pushing back. With the Silfar's intervention, humanity launched a final, desperate push. And as the invaders faltered, humanity fought back. The humans had become warriors, not just survivors. The camera cuts to the alien flagship, now under heavy fire from both the Vyrex and the human forces below. The flagship's shields begin to flicker, unable to withstand the relentless assault. Inside, the alien commanders scramble, realizing they've underestimated the humans. But it's too late. A final, massive energy blast erupts from the Vyrex, striking the alien flagship in its core. The ship shudders violently, and then explodes in a blinding flash of light. The shockwave ripples through the sky, sending smaller alien ships spiraling out of control. The remaining invaders, unable to regroup, are scattered and routed by the combined forces of humanity and the Silfar. The camera shows human soldiers, exhausted but unbroken, standing tall in the aftermath of the battle. Alina, her face smeared with dirt and blood, looks out across the battlefield. The once terrifying alien fleet has been reduced to rubble, and the sky is clearing. There is no more fire, no more destruction, only the quiet hum of victory. The battle for Earth was not won with weapons alone, but with the strength of spirit, the unyielding will to survive, to protect, to fight against impossible odds. The invaders had underestimated humanity, and now, they were paying the price. Humanity had shown the galaxy that it would never back down. It had become a force to be reckoned with. The camera pans up to the now still sky, once filled with fire and chaos. In its place, there is only silence, a silence of victory. Well, that's the end of today's journey. After everything we've uncovered, it's clear that humanity's greatest strength lies not in its weapons, but in its unbreakable spirit. The battle for Earth is far from over, but what we've witnessed today is a testament to the resilience and courage of humankind. What do you think? Could you see humanity rising against impossible odds, just as we did in this story? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because we love hearing from you. And if you found this video as thrilling as we did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an exciting chapter from HFY Sci-Fi Love and War story. Your support makes all the difference, and we're working hard to bring you even more captivating stories and powerful content. So, keep watching, keep sharing, and let's continue exploring the fascinating world of sci-fi and humanity's fight for survival. Remember, there's always more to uncover. Stay tuned for the next adventure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.